aka Dr. Benjamin, aka Dr. B, aka Dr. JJ, aka it's me. Oh my God, I keep having problems with my eyelash. Ooh. So, welcome to Stop Living Broke, my podcast. I'm almost at a week, guys. I'm so excited. I started the podcast on Sunday. Maybe it was Monday. Can't remember. But we're almost there, and I'm having a blast sharing information with you guys. Now, before I get started, I do want to put my disclaimer out there. I am by no means, no way at all, a financial advisor. I am only a young, beautiful queen within her own right, sharing information with you that has been shared with me that has allowed me to enjoy a different type of lifestyle. And I want you to enjoy a different type of lifestyle. So, yes. And everything that I'm saying to you, you can research it for yourself. If I'm giving you stock information, please go and research it for yourself because I do not want you to be investing in something that don't go the way you want it to go or don't happen as fast as you want it to happen, and then you coming at me. No. Okay. So, again, this podcast is entitled Stop Living Broke. And when I say stop living broke, people typically would think that I'm talking about money. And yes, I am talking about money. But the first step in stop living broke is your mentality. It's your mentality. You got to change your mentality. Now, I'm not going to be on long because today is Wednesday. And as I told you guys, I happen to be so blessed to be on one of my favorite, actually, he's like one of the top favorite comedians of all time. And that is the legendary DC Carey. So he has his podcast 8:30ish every Wednesday right here on YouTube. So guys, after this right here, go eat, do whatever you do, and then come on back and check me out on the DC Carey podcast. And then on Monday, starting this Monday, check me out on my brand new podcast with my co-host, my sister KK, and we will it's which is entitled The Diamond Girls. We're going to be talking about boys and current events and health, finances, and just girl talk because we're diamond girls. We are queens that are diamond girls. Sometimes I can be goofy. So here we are, guys. What are we talking about? For the past couple of days, I have been talking to you all about your portfolio. If you don't have a portfolio, please go get a portfolio. It's not hard. You just get some paper, get a tablet, and put a little tab on it. So many pages, a tab. You can do that. You can do, excuse me. You can do a Google Drive, a Google Sheets. You could do Excel, and they have all types of apps out there where you can do your portfolio, or you can get it from Moa. I sell portfolios, so you can hit me up, and I'd be more than happy to sell your portfolio. Or you can go to my website, raggirlpublishing.com, and get your portfolio from raggirlpublishing.com, and I'd be more than happy to send you over a portfolio, of course, with some money. And it's only like $20 to get your portfolio. Hi, Kevin. Hello. Hi. Who's this? I can't see the next person. I think that's Sunan. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for chiming in. So here we are. What we're going to talk about today is different ways of changing your mindset. The first step in changing your mindset stop living broke is changing your mindset. And to shift your mindset, you got to do some things. There's a thing to say, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, that's the definition of insanity. And me, for one, I am not insane. Although I might do some things that's kind of questionable, but I am not insane. So if I want a different result, I have to do something different. So here we are. Shifting your mindset. Decide to stop living check to check. So that's the first thing. If you're not working, then you need to go work, or have legal income coming in. Okay, that's the thing. I don't, because everyone do not have to work a traditional job to have legal income coming in. So have legal income coming in. You notice I said legal income coming in. And that way you're not living day by day. Okay, that's the first step. And the second thing is stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop trying to be like the Joneses or the Smiths or the Lewises or the Johnsons. Be yourself. Be comfortable with who you are. Because whatever the Joneses are doing, that's for the Joneses. But whatever you're doing, let be comfortable for it for you. I'm comfortable with me, right? So I'm a short woman, and I can walk in a room full of anybody, and I find my space because I brought my space with me. I'm comfortable within myself, right? So I don't try to be like someone else. Now I have no problems with admiring someone else, because if you got it going on, you just got it going on. I have no problems with that. But I also know that I got it going on within my own right. So I'm comfortable within my space. So that's the first thing, to change your mindset. Stop trying to be something that you're not, because you will literally go broke trying to be something that you're not. Your homegirl, she bought a pocketbook. I don't know, $5,000 pocketbook. Now you go get a $5,000 pocketbook, and you know daggone well you cannot afford a $5,000 pocketbook. Then you go try to get a knockoff pocketbook. But why? Just get the pocketbook that works for you. So, the next thing is tracking your dollar. Write down your income and your expenses. Now, I kind of talked about this last night. So, write down your expenses. Write it down. Stop trying to keep that stuff in your mind. You got to write that out. Now, I'm spiritual, and the word says, "Write the vision, make it plain. Those who read it will run for it, though it may tarry, it will come to pass," something like that. So, here's the deal. If you can't see it, it's easy for it to. So write it down, so it forces you to face reality. It forces you to face truth. Okay? I have a lot of friends that got a lot of money, and some of them are broke. They're always broke because they don't know where their money go to. They don't know where their money go to. So write down your income, what you have coming in and what you have going out, so that you can see what are you doing. But sometimes people don't want to do that because they don't want to face the truth. And that's living broke. So if you don't want to live broke, write down what you're doing. Write it out. Write it down. I mean, if you don't want to write it down, put it in your notepad. Do whatever, but face the reality. Face your truth, okay? And some of the tools you can use, like I just said, was the notebook and your spreadsheets, budget and app, stuff like that. Now, yesterday, I didn't talk about this a lot, but before I go, let me talk about this. Go to those subscriptions. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Woo! Let me tell you something. When I was going through my subscriptions, I was like, what in the world? I don't even use this stuff. And you probably don't use a lot of your subscriptions either. So if you're not using your subscriptions, or you rarely use your subscriptions, delete them, deactivate them, pause them, just stop the money from flowing, because you're giving away money. Now, if you want to give away money, you can give me the money. My Cash App is SISTAJAYJAY. I will gladly accept your money if you want to give away money. So stop giving away money that you don't need to give away, unless you want to give it to me. So cancel some of those subscriptions that you're not using. Okay, like be realistic with yourself. You know you're not using it, so cancel it. Go through and delete, delete, delete. And cook at home more than you eat out. It's okay. Let me tell you something. I was on DC Carey podcast a couple of weeks ago, and they said pretty girls don't cook. I was like, I beg to differ. Pretty girls do cook. Then they joked to my song. Wow, what made me think I'm pretty? I'm like, I am pretty. Nevertheless, cook. Cook at home. It's much more healthier, and you save more money. And with all of this stuff that they're putting in your food, it's more controlled. It's more control. So do more cooking at home and less spending out. Limit your door dashing. Limit your door dashing. Salute the door dasher, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and all those guys that got this delivery thing going on. Hey, I wish I would have thought about it, but I'm here to tell you guys, listen, utilize them less, okay? Cook at home. All right, you're going to save a lot of money, a lot of money. I promise you. That's a lot of you guys. I bet that's where a lot of your money has gone into into eating out. And it's the truth, because we eat out a lot, and we don't have any problem. You eat out, then you tip, right? And if you're a drinker, you really going down the. So even that, buy your stuff and go at home, and it's safer. Hello, somebody, right? Stop being an impulsive spender. Stop being a therapy spender. When people say I do retail shopping, I do therapy shopping, what? Now you gotta go to a therapist because you're broke. No, 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 no. So pause on that, okay? We're talking about not living broke. Pause on that, okay? So then moving on, you want to build your emergency cushion. You want to build an emergency cushion. So don't spend all your money. Put some in the piggy bank, or put some in a jar. Put something in put something in your bank account, or underneath your mattress if you got to. Do whatever you have to do to. Well, yeah, I just started my podcast, so it's okay. You may be the only viewer. That's all right. And if you leave, other viewers will come. So I appreciate you. Thank you. So nevertheless, start your savings account. Start with something small. Start with a small, like 250. Start with 250. $250. Get Start where you at. Some people say, I'm trying to save $10,000. You don't have the discipline to save $10,000. So start where you at. Save $50. Then grow from there. Okay. And I want to pause right here. Don't come on my channel if you're going to be insulted. Okay. Because I've just started my channel and I'm really super excited and I'm sharing information. And if you don't want the information that I'm sharing, you have the right to not chime in. So don't chime in. Okay. Thank you so much. And for those who are chiming in and will chime in, please hit that subscribe button, please. I would so appreciate it. We all have to start somewhere, and I'm starting where I'm at. And I'm excited and I'm proud of it. So those who want to get the information that I'm sharing, please go ahead and hit the like button, and please go ahead and subscribe. I'll be on every day sharing information with you all. Information that has been shared with me because I want you all to win because someone wanted me to win. But if you don't want to win, that's absolutely okay. Just don't chime in, but don't be insulting. Thank you. So moving on, you can increase your hustle, right? Do side hustles. Food. Hey, I just said it. DoorDash, Grubhub. You can freelance, do some photography. You can do all kinds of stuff, right? Figure it out and get you some extra money coming in so that you can invest, okay, for your future, right? And ask questions. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Closed mouths don't get fed on the boulevard. So there is never a stupid question. It's only stupid if you don't ask it. Okay, it's only stupid to go through life not knowing the answer when all you have to do is ask. All right, so here we are. Let's go to something that I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I started talking about a lot of other stuff. So, how to budget. That B word, I don't really necessarily like to use the word budget, but I mean, it's a word. But I like to use the word balance. How to balance your finances. How to balance your finances. So, you balance your finances. There's one rule that you can use. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. So, 50% of what you have coming in goes to your bills, your utilities, your food, the necessary things, your insurance, car note, your phone, your necessary things, right? The things that you need, your basic living, 50% of what you make goes to your basic living. That's the 50-30 rule. Now, the 30 rule, I don't always agree with this right here, but you can tweak it however you want. 30% goes to the entertainment and your shopping. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that part. But I would say 30% will go to your miscellaneous, go to your activities that helps you woosah, whatever your vices are. Some people vices like mine is golfing. I love the golf. So, things like that. And some people vices is different. But 30%. But me personally, I don't know about 30%. I think that should be 20. But it is what it is. That's the 50-30-20 rule. Then the 20% rule is savings and debt payoff. For me, 30% will be my savings and debt payoff, and 20% will be for my entertainment and all that other stuff. Why? Because I want to be in a certain place. So you have to balance it for yourself. What works best for you? 30% may be your shopping and entertainment as you're winging yourself to flip it around. But that's the 50-30-20 rule. And then take $20 every pay period, a minimum of $20, and put that away for your savings. Right? So ask yourself, if you were to lose your job for whatever reason, if you were to lose your job today, how long would you be able to sustain without working? And I'm not talking about unemployment. I'm talking about straight out in your investments, in your savings. How long would you be able to sustain if you did not have your job? And that's something to think about. And that's why it's important for you to invest. You invest so that you can have comfort, that you can have security, and your future you will be so appreciative. So, moving on, we talked yesterday about IULs, that's the Index Universal Life Insurance Policies. Please research that or check out the podcast yesterday. Check out the episode yesterday to get you more information. So, here's some more information about stop living broke and how to balance your finances. So, you can do something that they call the golden rule. So, save before you spend. The moment your paycheck hit or the moment that money get in your pocket, take at least 10 to 20% into your savings or investment account. Right? Now, this is not the 50-30-20 rule. This is what they call the golden rule. The moment you get your money, you take between 10 and 20% and you put it in your savings and or investment. So if you take 20%, then you break that off. You could take 20, excuse me, if you can do a 20%, you could take 10% and put it in your savings, and you could take the other 10% and you can diversify that with your spread it out or diversify with your portfolio, because you should have a portfolio. If you don't have a portfolio, shame on you. Go get a portfolio. Just real quick, there are 5 different basic types of portfolio: growth portfolio, income portfolio, balanced portfolio, time target portfolio, and then the social responsible portfolio. And you can go to episode 1 or 2 to check out the more in-depth definitions of what the portfolios entails. So you can and then you can always do an automatic. You always do automatic so you never forget, because you know you that person, oh, I forgot my bills, I forgot the rent, I forgot this, I forgot that. Well, you can just have it automatically taken out of your account. So it's all one of those things, out of sight, out of mind. So if you having 10 to 20% taken out of your account and putting it in some type of savings account, and then from your savings account have it automatically put into some type of investment, then it's working while you sleep. So it's different ways to do things so that you will be in a better situation for years to come. Okay. Um, Separate your accounts for separate purposes. So you can your daily use account, and that's typically like your checking account, and that's like your bills and spending. I have several different types of accounts. And it's okay to have several different types of accounts. For one, you want to diversify your money, because if something happened to one account, I got money over here, right? So diversify your money and have several different type of bank accounts, or credit card or credit union accounts, so that your monies don't get all twinkled up together. Like, oh man, I spent my rent money. Oh man, I spent my investment money. No. So you have an account that's for your daily spending. Have a savings account, and you can have an investment account, a fund account. You can have whatever account you want to have. You can have a hair unit account. You can have a vacation account, but separate your accounts for different purposes. But definitely have your daily use account, and if you can, your savings account and investment account. So you'll be putting that money in those accounts so that you can diversify your money. And talking about diversifying your money, a couple of episodes we talked about how you high yield savings accounts. So go talk to your banks. If your banks are most banks are offering 0.5%, some 0.3%. You're not even making any money, and they're taking your money, and they're making money off of your money. They're making money off of your money. They're only giving you 0.5%. So go get you some high yield savings. Go get a high yield savings account. I'm with Capital One. I just found out well, I knew about American Express, but I'm about to get American Express, and then it got Everbank. So Everbank is pretty good. So and those ones don't have a cap, but I forget which one got a cap on it. But most of them don't have a cap on it, meaning you can just put in. But some of them do have rules and regulations, so you go check them out. So while you're saving your money, don't just go put it in the Wells Fargo's and the Bank of America's and all of that stuff. think about what type of account you want to have your money in, and I strongly suggest that you put them in some high yield savings. They're not as expensive as you think they are to put your money in. Some of them don't even have a minimum amount to put in, and some of them do. Forget which one, but one has like a $25 minimum amount to put in. So when you're saving your money and you're talking about savings account, please get you a high yield savings, okay? I can talk about it because I got me a high yield savings. Hey, right? And if you're not ready for that and you're a Cash App user, Cash App got savings. So you can just go ahead and put your money on over there into your savings. And when you get so much and you want to make some interest money off of it, then go and take it on over there to one of those high yield savings, okay? Um, Bank of, excuse me, Capital One, they pay like 3.5%. I think it's 3.5%. And I think American Express is like, is it 3.85%, something like that? And some of them like 5%. So really think about when you're diversifying your money. Now, I do want to pause to say this, guys. Yes, this is not a podcast that's like we gossip and talk about, the celebrities and what my baby daddy did and all that crazy stuff. Even though I like some tea from time to time, but and this is not a podcast that power to the people. I am power to the people, but this is a podcast where I am sharing information with you, okay? And if you want to change your financial status, then this information hopefully you can use. So that's what this is all about. I love helping people, I love talking to people, and I love people winning. So this is information that I'm hoping that you can take back and you can use it to help you win, so you can stop living broke. And the thing about it is, some people love to have an image of living broke. Love to have an image of being rich, but they're actually living broke. And I don't want to have an image of being rich and I'm broke. No, 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 no. I want to be able to do what I want to do, go where I want to go, eat what I want to eat, and all that good stuff. And so, yeah, and live a soft life, as my baby sister said. Live that soft life. And that's what this is all about. We just came back from Hawaii, and I'm not saying we're the only ones that can go to Hawaii. I put to say right, Hawaii. We're not the only ones, but there's so many people that wish they could, but they can't because they're living broke. So in order for you to change that, you have to change your mindset, and these are tools that I'm giving you to help change your mindset. So moving on, live below your means. Now, when you say that, like, I used to hear people say live within your means, and the way they said it was just so negative, but I didn't understand it. Now I understand it. So if your income is $10,000, you should not be having expenses of $10,000 plus. Your expenses should not, I'm not gonna say what your expenses should be, but you shouldn't be spending all of your money. As soon as you get your paycheck, it's all gone. That's living broke. And I used to do that. So I can talk about it. But I don't do that anymore. Live beneath your means. Means live beneath the money that you have coming in. Don't spend all your money. You got $20,000 coming in a month. You should not have a $20,000 bill. Expense bill. No. No. Don't spend everything you got. So upgrade your life slower than upgrade your life slower than your income. And whoa, now what do that mean? Upgrade your life slower than your income. Meaning this, because when you think you're thinking that you typically think that you're getting something more expensive. Well, no. Remember when I just said eat at home more? That's upgrading. Because when you eat at home more, then you are now in control of what's going in your food, what's going in your body, what's going in your food and what's going in your body. So you just upgrade your life status, your health status, because you're in control, right? So you're changing how you do things. So upgrade that, right? Put you first. I don't have to go out and eat all the time just to say I can do because I can't. No. Take care of yourself, right? The gym. I gave up my gym membership. Not because part of it because I know I don't like going to the gym. But the other part is because I got my stuff at home. Thank you, sister. My sister bought me a sauna. I got my exercise stuff. And some people be like, I just like to be able to get around people. And that's fine. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Count it in your budget, though. But for me, I just upgraded my lifestyle because that's more money in my pocket that I'm not giving to the gym because it's all about discipline. So whatever it is for you, is what I'm saying, that you can do to minimize you spending out and having more money coming in or keeping your money in. Now there's a thing, there's a saying, they said that it's money circulate in the black community less than 24 hours or 72 hours, something like that. That's crazy. But I can believe it. As soon as money hit your pocket, boom, it's gone. I got a hole in my pocket. No, you got a hole in your mental thinking. You got to get control of that. So, some people, if you get a rise, don't get a rush to get a new car, bigger apartment. Put that extra money into paying off your debt. Put that. I am not about flexing. I used to be. Now, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I got some time. I'm like, ooh, check out what I got. You know. But when I got my car, I had two cars, and I got rid of one, and so I'm about to get another one. I'm gonna get an SUV. My sister said I need to get the SUV to the car that I have now. And so when I got my car, my family and friends was like, "Girl, you ain't coming down here. I mean, up here, because I'm in Georgia. Actually, I'm coming up. I'm not driving my car way up there just for you guys to look at it. No. Hey, I am grateful for my car. Trust me. I am grateful for my home. I am grateful for my clothes. I'm grateful for my food. I'm grateful for my good health. I'm grateful. I don't want to flex. Just, I don't get a rush out of someone. What's the word I want to use? Gogging at what I have. You know, and I guess that comes with humbleness because I know what can happen. So I'm humble and I'm grateful. Right? So now when I be riding my whip, oh, I be riding my whip now. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. However, what I'm saying is I'm not trying to throw it in anyone's face. And some people get a rush out of that. Some people really get a high off of that. I'm not working on being on a certain financial plateau just to throw it in someone else's face. That's still a broke mentality. And I don't have a broke mentality. So moving on, if you have a credit card. I learned this in college and I talked about it yesterday. But don't do it if you're not disciplined. But if your credit card balance is, let's just say 1,500, 2,000, 5,000, don't go spending that money and you don't got that money to put back. That's not free money. So studies have shown that when you swipe your card, you tend to spend less than you do when you have cash. When you're balanced. And that's true. Because when I'm spending on my card and I be like, okay, I got to put this money back, I only spend the money that I have. And if I'm going to put $60 in my car for gas, then I make sure I got $60 in cash, right? I look at my account, I say, this is how much I want to put towards my gas. So I take my credit card and I pay for my gas. And then when I get home, I pay my credit card off because I spent $60. So hopefully that makes sense. If I want to go out shopping, I don't swipe my bank card. Very seldom do I swipe my bank card. If I say I want to spend $200, $300, $400, $500 on something, then I want to make sure that my account, I want to be able to take that out of my account and pay for it with my credit card. So whatever just because your credit card is at $5,000, I'm not going to go and spend $5,000 on my credit card when I know I don't want to take that out of my account to pay the credit card. And so then people can say, well, people say, well, you could pay on it. Yeah, and your interest rate goes skyrocket high. And so you want to remember to keep your credit card spending limit under 30%, right? You don't want to go past 30% on your credit card usage. So you want to keep that low so that your credit score would look good. Okay? So we'll be talking about credit scores and things of that nature in the near future. In the near future, but right now, I just want to make sure that you guys are getting that you should be making sure you have a portfolio that you are investing. Diversify your money. Remember, you got crypto, you got stocks, you got NFTs, you got EFTs, you got art, you got bonds, right? You got cash equivalent. You got different ways to diversify your money. You got the REITs. You got all kinds of ways to diversify your money so that your money will come back to you. But you have to first make a sound decision to change your bad habits. You got to change your bad habits. I can come on and give you all kinds of stuff to do, all kinds of tips to do with your money, but if you don't change your bad habits, you'll still end up in the same place. So, think about those things, okay, guys? I'm going to always come on and give you information because I like to share, but if you don't change your mindset, then it's just me talking. So here it is. Um, Stock information, investment information. Stocks are down, and that's not a bad thing. So go in and get it. Why is that? My sister said, you should never hit a man when he's down. But when them stocks are down, get all that you can get. Get all that you can get because what goes down must go up. And don't be afraid because they said, oh, the stocks are down, stocks are down. All it is the shareholders is taking some of their gain out. That's it. They're just taking some of that gain out. So go and research some stocks. Yahoo Finance is a great place to go and research. And so that you can educate yourself on what your stock is doing. You got the Magnificent Seven. I equate those to like the blue chip companies. Blue chip companies is like General Electric, Johnson and Johnson, them old school companies that ain't never going nowhere, never. And if they go somewhere, it's gonna be years later. But you got the Google, you got Amazon. I always do this. I have investments in all seven of the Magnificent Seven, but I'll be forgetting the because I be talking and my brain be like, ooh, you forgot the Magnificent Seven. So the Magnificent Seven is the Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. Now Nvidia, woo, baby. You gotta look at the video, boy, because there's a lot going on with that. Trump stopped them from selling the chip to China, so that their stock's kind of like, so you gotta figure that out. But here's the deal: Nvidia is owned by. Tell you about the government. Now, here's the deal. Why I'm looking this information up for you. Whatever way your president, whether you voted for him or not, whatever way your president is looking to whatever have your president's interests, you should be investing that way. As long as it's not compromising your morals and your values. Now, some people ain't got no morals and some people ain't got no values. So, that's that. But whatever way your president is focused on, that should be how you're focused because he's going to make sure that it wins. So give me a second. I'm going to, hold on for a second. So you need to be invested that way. So here's some other stocks that are short-term stocks. I'm gonna give you the tickers. SOFI, check them out. SERV, CHPT, SOUN, NVTS, PLTR, and one that I'm heavily invested in, PTOG. These are considered penny stocks. I'm heavily invested in PTOG, and then you got PTSG and Open, OPEN. But I said P, my bad. BTOG and BTSG. I'm heavily invested in them. I am heavily invested in BTOG. Sure is. So you want to make sure that whatever way your president is invested, that you at least look that way, because he's going to make sure that that entity or that product or that industry is going to be lucrative. Why? Because he's in it to make money. So when we talk about NVIDIA, right, here is what your U.S. Congress is buying. 41% of Congress is invested in NVIDIA, NVIDIA. 41% of Congress is invested in NVIDIA, and 29% of Congress is invested in Broadcom, Broadcom Incorporated, and 12% is invested in Amazon, and 7% is invested in Liberty Broadband Corporation Class C. 3% is invested in Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, and 2% is invested in Markel Group, and 2% is invested in International Business Machines Corporation. 2% is invested in Microsoft Corporation. 1% is invested in Lowe's, and 1% is invested in White Mountains Insurance Group. So think about that. 41% of your Congress is invested in NVIDIA. So once again, whichever way your government, your president is investing, you may want to, throw a couple of pennies there. Stop throwing money to I ain't got nothing against my queens on those posts. Do what you do. But stop throwing the money that way and throw the money to some investment so that you can throw money back that way. And to my queens that's doing your thing, when you're picking it up, don't go buy no more. Go throw some money onto your investments so you don't have to be swinging on the pole unless that's what you want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Stop throwing your money to these restaurants, eating out all the time. Throw your money to some of these investments. And if, people say, well, that's gambling. That's not gambling. That's investing. And just like any investment, yes, you may stand an opportunity of not getting your money, but you may stand an opportunity of getting your money. So you have to educate yourself. That's all I'm saying. Stop living broke. Please stop living broke. Stop throwing your money to something you're not going to get nothing back but taking pictures and putting them on Facebook. And I do, because listen. I do be posting on the gram, and I do be posting on the book. But I'm invested. Hello, somebody. And here's another one to invest in. Fanbase. I'm invested in Fanbase too. Fanbase. As a case, son. I think it's a son. Let me make sure I get it right. I think it's a son. As a case, son. As a case, the third, or is it his grandson? Hold on for a second. I want to make sure I give you the right information. Fanbase is a new social media app. And it's pretty cool. And I'm on Fanbase too. And I'm invested. And you can get Fanbase. You can still get Fanbase for $400, $399. You still get Fanbase for $399. Let me see. How many shares you get for Fanbase? And right now they're at $13 million. Their goal is $17 million. And he's already said it. Once he hit a certain plateau, he's selling. And baby, I'm going to have me some money. Yep. You got to invest. You got to invest in order to grow. You have to invest. I'm trying to see how many shares are you getting at the $3.99. It used to be cheaper than that. It used to be like, so right now, Fanbase is $6.65 per share. That's how much it is per share. So, hold on for a second. So at $3.99, I don't add in the stuff fast. Hold on. So you get 60 shares. You get 60 shares. So that's cool. because it's $6. Well, I guess I could have figured that out on my own. So because it's $6.65 per share, and that's black owned. So this is I was going to tell you who fan base is. Um, I think it's Isaac Hayes, grandson. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you in a minute. It is, yeah, Isaac Hayes the third. Isaac Hayes the third, and he got some white folks behind him too. Let me tell you something. These people, So it's Isaac Hayes the third. Isaac Hayes the third. It's Isaac Hayes the third, and so all this social media stuff. While you put on social media, you should be invested in that. So fan base is only $399. You spend $399 in a weekend. Like, let's be real. And when you start talking about money, the first thing people be broke minded people do, people that's living broke, they be like, girl, I ain't got time for all that. What? But you just went and spent a bunch of money on dumb stuff that don't make no sense. It don't make no kind of sense. But you can't invest $400 into your future or $400 into your children's future. So you get, because when you think about it like this, let's just mess around with some math. So you got 60 shares, right? And it's trade right now. It's trading at $6. Well, it's he's not trading, but right now it's $6 and what I said, 69 cents a share. So basically $7 a share. So ideally, when he sells, or if he IPOs, if he decides to IPO, if he sells, he's got to IPO higher than that because it's already at $7. So let's just say he IPOs at $14 or $20 or $21. Come on, man. So I'm just gonna say, let's just say he IPO at $20. Let's just say that. And you got 60 shares. You already know. I mean, that's $1,200 there. So you really profit because you profit what, $800, right? $800. So you still won. So that's all I'm saying. Like, how do you eat a steak a little at a time and then you get full? So you have to plant those seeds. You never see a farmer plant one seed. I don't know one farmer that plants one seed. You never see a farmer plant one seed. He plants rows and rows and rows of seeds, right? Because he knows that, hey, one is good, but it's not enough. So he has to continue to plant. And that's all you're doing as an investor. You're being a farmer of your future. You're farming. You're planting your seeds. That's what your investment is. You're planting seeds. You're not gambling. You're planting seeds. And you're reaping a harvest. And just like some farmers, if it doesn't rain, then the crops go boo. If it rains too much, then the crops boo. If you got the insects and all of them that come in, it's still an a chance that you're taking, right? So all I'm saying is invest in your future. Invest in your future. Don't say nobody told you, because Sister JJ, aka Dr. Benjamin, is telling you. So if you take $100 a week, that's $400 a month. Take that and invest in fan base or wherever you want to invest in. I'm not going to tell you to invest in fan base. I'm just saying that's an opportunity. So black owned. Speaking of which, oh man, I can't think of the name. I'm gonna get the canned good. I'll bring the canned good tomorrow. I take it out the cabinet tomorrow so I can show you guys. Black owned. We got a black owned canned good. It's a black owned company that sell canned goods. I was like, wow, that's cool. So my sister and I, you can get it from Kroger. Let me give you the name of it. Stop living broke. Stop living broke. And you probably say, Sister JJ, what that got to do with stop living broke? Well, go and look and see if they're accepting investors. The Good Family. Hold on. Is it the Good Family? Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you guys. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you guys. We went, and you can get it from Kroger's. because it says that it's in Kroger's and Walmart and Target. But the thing about it is they try to push back the shelf space. They push back the shelf space so people don't know where to go to get it. So if it's, and I'm gonna tell you something, let me tell you something. The powers to be is terrible. It's called the Good Foods, GOODE. Good Foods, first black owned canned good. They said it is African American, minority owned, and certified brand, non-GMO products, free of added sugars. Hello, somebody. Go get some canned goods. So my sister and I, we got some peas and we got some green beans. We don't eat carrots. So we got peas and we got beans. And it was only like $1.24. So it's cost effective. It's not even a lot. You would have to be like, I bet it's high. We're always being negative. And it's not. It's not. It was only $1.24, of course, plus the tax. And they said that it's in Walmart, but we didn't see it in Walmart. But it did say it was in Kroger. So Eden Fresh got it too, I believe. I was gonna say. Let me see where you can get it from. And let me see if they sell it. Let me see about. It's called the Good. Hold on. It's called the Good Foods. Hold on. Good Foods. That's what it's called. Yep. Good Foods with an E on it. It's GOOD. Good with an E on it. I'm gonna see if they if you can buy into it. And they're from Illinois. Invest. Let me see. Yep, Good Foods. We got the green beans. Now on Instacart it's $1.79, but of course Instacart gotta get their money. But Walmart $1.24, and we got it from Kroger's for $1.24. Ship got it for $1.79. Instacart, it ranged from $1.79 to $1.99. Target got it for $1.39. Let's see, can we invest in Good Foods? Stop living broke. I'm trying to tell you. No, you generally cannot invest directly into Good Foods because it is a 100% family-owned company that does not sell stock publicly. However, if you're interested in the food industry, you can consider investing in publicly traded companies. Okay, yada, yada. I want to trade it. I want to invest in this. So it's 100% owned by the family, and they're not publicly traded. Not yet. Not yet. So I'm going to keep my eye out on them because you just never know how that may change. But that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, at a minimum, I just gave you guys some information to help you invest your money, diversify your money. So, and support other minority people that are out here doing their thing. I mean, I'm black, obviously. I'm a black woman, obviously. So I'm all about my black people. So if you're doing something that's positive, you got a good product, then I'm all for it. So we got fan base. Isaac Hayes III, he has a social media platform. Going over there, fan base, check him out. His stocks for 60 shares, it's only $3.99. For a $399 investment, you can get 60 shares. And now what I want to talk to you also about is TV Channel Network. TV Channel Network. They're about the IPO, and that's a black-owned company too, Mr. Payne. And my sister and I, we got some shares up in there. So once they IPO, woo, I'm going to be happy. So it's still time to invest. TV Channel Network. They are on Yahoo Finance. Let me go to Yahoo Finance and give you their ticker. The ticker is basically the shortcut to the company, a nickname for the company. Like somebody's name is Bobby, and they Bobby's short for what? I forget. But somebody's name is Samantha, and they call her Sam, like that. So, for those who don't know. So let me tell you about TV Channel Network. Let me see. Do they got their ticker yet? TV channel network. They must not have that ticker yet. Because they still are in. Okay, so yeah, they just retained Lokoski Brookman LLP as their special counsel for the NASDAQ IPO. And so, oh, yes, there go that ticker, TVCN. Their ticker is TVCN. 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 I'm about to say they should have that ticker, right? So, that's a black-owned company, right? So you can invest. We are at the table. You just got to come in the room. If you don't come in the room, you can't sit at the table. You got to get on the street. You got to get into the building. And then you got to get into the room. But if you're sitting out here just spinning foolishly, then you're never going to get on the street. And you're never going to get into the building. And you're never going to get into the room, which means you're never going to sit at the table. So I'm going to go ahead and chime off, guys. But I just wanted to come on early because I've been coming on late. I'm a filmmaker and I'm in the middle of editing, and I'm also a manager and a publisher, and so I've been in the middle of doing some stuff, and so I haven't been able to get on until late, but I made it my business to get on early, and I do my best to start getting on a little earlier. So guys, do me a favor. Be the best that you can be, because nobody is better at being you than you. Remember, collaboration over competition, individually grinding together equals a win for everybody. Now come check me out tonight, 8:30-ish, right here on YouTube at the DC Carey podcast called Disrace, DISRACE. And I'm telling you, it's nothing like this podcast. This podcast is information, right? That podcast is comedians acting up. And I'm the only female, and I am not a comedian. I don't even know why I'm there, because they are off the chain. But it's funny. I love it. Laughter is good for the soul. It's the first medicine, in my opinion. Then, starting this coming Monday at 8 o'clock-ish, my sister and I, brand new podcast, The Diamond Girls. We've been bringing The Diamond Girls ever since the first of the year. And we started doing a little bit, but it was whack. And I was like, girl, we ain't doing that. So now we're ready. At first we was doing pre-recording, but we're not going to do pre-record. We're going to be right here on my channel. I am Sister JJ. Guys, help us build it up. We're going to be talking about boys, relationships, health, money, and current affairs. We will be talking about that because we're diamond girls and women like to talk, but it'll be positive information, and it's going to be really great because I get to have correspondence with a human like you guys. I mean, I'm having a correspondence with you guys via reading, but it's a difference. So thank you guys for allowing me to come into your home, come into your space to share information that I think will be very instrumental to you stop living broke. Please like and subscribe. This is my brand new podcast. I'm very excited. As I grow, I will be giving you guys more information, and we'll be going back about information, because one thing about finances, you got to go back and review, right? So it's not a one-hit quitter. It's a growing thing. It's a growing thing. So until the next time, in between time, once again, be the best that you can be, because no one is better at being you than you. This is your girl, Sister JJ, a.k.a. Dr. Benjamin, and I'm living a life, and I want you to.